So I'm here to say that there's really no need to ban the hormones. As my opponents have graciously given, there is a long list of companies that do not use the growth hormone in their products. As such, there's really no, that there are options out there that do not have the growth hormone in it if you are so inclined. If you are worried about the hypothetical health risks, then you can go organic if you can afford to do so. My opponent also mentioned that that the labels are hard on the milk, and in fact, the companies can put on the label that it is that no hormone has been added into the milk or product. But there also must be an asterisk saying that no proof has been given that there is a difference between products treated with the hormone and those that have not, according to Rick Mayoff for MSN Health and Fitness. It is very true that the need for non-hormone treated milk is consumer-driven. With the whole going green and going organic, it becomes a huge fad to not use anything artificial in the way. But that does not necessarily mean that we have to get rid of the initial artificial option, especially since it costs so much more. According to the Grand Rapids Press, consumers, not the FDA, are driving the market. Spokesperson Frank said, the milk sold in the West Michigan region by Spartan and Mayer is supplied by Dallas headquarters Dean Foods, the nation's largest processor and distributor of milk and other dairy products. The company supplies for 5 regional brands, including Country Fresh and Grand Rapids. Nearly all the members of the Michigan Milk Producers Association have signed an agreement pledging not to inject cows with a synthetic bovine hormone in exchange for possession of paying a premium for the milk. So in other words, there are many farmers out there who don't put in the hormone, but only if they're promised that they will get paid a compensation for what they're going to be losing as far as in production. Also, according to the Grand Rapids News Archives, consumers may have to pay more for what isn't in their milk. It can be a higher price in the Sherman because it can mean a higher price in the short term because the whole point of RSVT was to increase milk production, says Gallen, who estimates only 1/3 of farmers use the growth hormone. Nationally, a gallon of milk sells for $3.87. This was in 2008, about 19% increase over last year, according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. So as the fad for organic milk goes up, or other products goes up, so does the price. But with a gallon of organic milk, nearly twice the cost of store brand milk, the investment is too much for those who have a lower income. Though organic may be a great option for those in the middle class, those with a lower income don't have that option. If all milk or other products were made to be organic, then many people in the U.S. would go without milk or meat because they could not afford it anymore. Now I'm going to refute my opponent's claim that these hormones can cause cancer. According to Bauman, a professor at a professor of animal science, he says that the American Cancer Society also concurs that there is no cause and effect chain linking VSC high levels of IGF-1 and cancer. And also, according to a report on the Food and Drug Administration's review of the safety of recumbent bovine somatotropin, some authors have hypothesized a link, whereas others have expressed that while IGF-1 is one of the several growth factors and hormones that can contribute, but it is not that it can increase the cell number in many cell types in vitro. No one factor is responsible for causing normal cells to turn into cancerous cells. It's like saying that it's popular belief that cell phones can cause brain cancer. This may or may not be true. It may or may not be a factor, but I don't think we would be particularly happy getting rid of our cell phones just for the possible cause. Also, from the report on the Food and Drug Administration review, IGF-1 is a protein normally found in all humans and not indiscriminately harmful, which is something that my opponent also mentions. That there is actually usually more IGF-1 in our bodies than it's really hard to get a hugely elevated level from consuming the hormone milk or other products. It's also to be noted that growth hormones increase efficiency. According to Rich Maylaw for the MSN Health and Fitness, when injected in the cow, the synthesis hormone extends the cow's lactation period, increasing her milk production by at least 10%, and treated cows produce more milk with less feed and less animal waste, making an entire herd as efficient as farmer's best cow. My opponent stated that it was in fact more feed that was needed in order to uptake to keep these cows, but that is only true per cow. Yes, you may have to put more food into a particular cow, but you get more milk out of it. The growth hormone increases feed efficiency, that is the ability to take that food and turn it into milk. So although the food that you do have to increase the bill for the food will be more, but you'll get more back from that than you could with the less food before.